possibly win if he doesn't get inside.
Well, he could if he catches Hearns on the end of one of his punches, perhaps a left hook. I think that's where him switching righty becomes a key factor. From the outside, I think he's much more effective as a righty. The common opponents, an indication there that Hearns, perhaps with more power, but Marcus Geraldo was not the fighter he was against Hearns that he was against Hagler.
And in the blue corner, fighting out of Brockton, Massachusetts, weighing 159 1/4 pounds, with a professional record of 60 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 50 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
And finally, it's Hagler against Hearns. These fights, and here we go. Round 1. Hagler, right off the bat, attempting to get inside. He'd love to be able to pin Hearns on the ropes if he can.
A more aggressive start by Hagler. Look at him, right for the body. Marvin Hagler only wants the body. He bangs Marvin. Oh, Hearns may have hurt him with the right hand.
Hearns on the right. Hearns hits him with an uppercut. Hagler, he's hurt. Hagler is done. Hearns got inside. Hit him with a right uppercut. Marvin ties him up.
Marvin Hagler is still hurt.
A tremendous sensational first round, and Hearns gets hurt. Hearns got stunned. Hagler was stunned early in the round. Great first round. Incredible.
Perhaps one of the best in middleweight history. Hearns is smiling, but he's taking shots.
Another right hand. Hearns turns his back, takes another right. Hearns in deep trouble again. Hearns is down. Hearns is down in the 3rd round and on his back. And he's not going to beat the count. I don't believe. Tommy Hearns tries to get up. And
They've got to stop this fight.
does he get up? He just doesn't know. He can't continue. It's Hagler.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Fighting Like series. And in today's episode, I'm going to be fighting like Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler was one of the greatest middleweights of his era and one of the most underrated fighters of all time. Marvin Hagler died about 2 weeks ago, and I'm a little late to shooting this video, but rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. Obviously, I never got to watch his fights live as I wasn't born yet, but 2 years ago when I was watching a Luke Thomas video about Max Holloway's stance switching, he compared Max Holloway's stance switching to Marvin Hagler's. And then I proceeded to go down a Marvin Hagler loophole of all of his old fights and videos. And obviously Hagler versus Hearns, one of the greatest fights of all time. So yeah, let's just get straight to it, and here are the 3 keys to fighting like Marvin Hagler. I was too lazy to go to the garage today, so I'm just gonna sit in front of my weirdly placed speed bag. The first key to fighting like Marvin Hagler is to seamlessly switch stances. Marvin Hagler was one of the greatest switch hitters of all time, so being able to seamlessly switch stances is super necessary.
It was super necessary.
So key number 2 is kind of related to key number 1, but it's to not force the switch stance, but to let your opponent switch stances for you. So if you're an orthodox, you're punching an orthodox, and then when he's this way, you just turn southpaw. So not to force the stance. So not to force the stance switches, but to. So not to force the stance switches, but just to do it like seamlessly. I guess those are 2 of the same points. And finally, key number 3 to fighting like Marvin Hagler is to throw the gazelle jab. So the video that I watched to prepare me to do this video, I'll link it right here, talks about obviously his stance switching, but it also talks about his gazelle jab that he throws. Putting all your weight on your front foot and leaping into a jab. And my challenge for this video is to land 5 Marvin Hagler gazelle jabs. Oh, why am I? No.
It looks insane. Yeah, it would be.
You're good.
Oh, good fucking ass, buddy. Thank you. Oh.